I'm going to share with you the 7 steps of phenomenal sales, and I'm going to share with you the 5 ways to overcome objections. And again, the idea here, what I want you to be thinking about is not only for you to get good at it, but how do you train other people to do it in your company? Okay. So here are the 7 steps. First, build rapport. Number 2, connect emotionally. Number 3, establish credibility. Number 4, identify the problem. Number 5, outline the solution. Number 6, share the investment. Number 7, overcome objections. Let's talk about rapport first. How can you build rapport with someone? Number 1, ask them their name. Hi, my name's Howard. What's your name? Or if you already know what their name is because you're going on a call, Ms. Partridge, my name's Howard. Good to see you today. Thank you for calling us. Somebody calls in. This is Howard. How can I assist you? And who am I speaking with, please? Austin Grogan. Mr. Grogan, glad you gave us a call today. Here's another way to build rapport. You guys learn the DISC model of human behavior. When you get good at that, can you see a D coming a mile away? Yeah, like a bulldog coming up in the place, at the car dealership, like they own the place. You're talking about short-handed. Talking about you don't know where the key is. Here, let me go back there. I'll find the key. Here's the car right over here. Like you take charge. An I walking in the dealership, they're on the phone with somebody else saying hi to everybody else that they pass by. An S is going to come in and they're going to be very polite and, oh, you're shorthanded. No problem. I can come back another day if you're, when you're not busy. A C is looking at their watch, like what's going on around here. They're not organized and they have all the research already done. When you get really good at this, you can just tell by how people move, how they talk, how they dress. What you want to do is you want to respond, build rapport by speaking to them in their language. D's want to go fast, let's go fast. I's want to tell some stories about what happened to their carpet and their neighbor and their party and all that, then let's entertain that. S's want to make sure that the cleaning product that you use is safe. Let's talk about that. The C's want to know exactly how the process works. Let's talk about that. And then number 2 is connect emotionally. Since people buy on emotion, you need to know what the emotion is. What we need to do is understand, why they're thinking about this, and we want to get to the emotional part of it. And we also want to connect with them and make sure that whatever they're afraid of, like having someone in their home or somebody looking in their windows while they're on a ladder going up to the roof, that we make them feel comfortable because we know that there's some fear there, especially if they're using this for the first time. Number 3, establish credibility. How do you do that? The way you do that is your 5-point marketing message. There's 5 things that set us apart. First is our reputation. We're referred by some of the most exclusive, fill in the blanks, designers, realtors, flooring professionals in the area refer us exclusively. Second is our experience. We've been in business for over 41 years. 3 is our training. All of our guys are certified by the IICRC, and we take them through this training, that training. 4th is our systems. We operate the most complete, the most effective cleaning technology. We'll treat you with the utmost of care and respect, and you describe that service experience that they're going to have. And finally, we offer a 100% money back guarantee. And so your 5-point message is going to help you establish authority, and connecting emotionally is going to show that you care. So a lot has already happened in this process just in the first 3 steps. Then number 4 is where the sale is closed. The sale is not closed in step 7. The sale is closed in step 4, maybe 5, but it all happens in step 4. Because if you don't understand the problem, how are you going to make the sale? The more you understand about their problem, the way they perceive the problem behind the problem, that's when you're going to make more sales. So you go on a project, you take a call or you go out to scope a project, you need to understand what the problem behind the problem is. Restoration. The problem isn't what's going on structurally with the building. The problem is, are y'all going to save my stuff that's valuable to me? The problem is, I don't want because there's a lot of people that can make it fix it. The problem is I'm worried about how we're going to be treated through the process. Are we going to be sitting here a week from now in the same situation? You see, so you got to go for the emotional problem, the internal problem, not the external problem. Number 5, after you've asked enough questions and you let them talk, they do 80% of the talking, then you outline the solution. Listen, one of the reasons that I was really able to build my cleaning company, and I used to work side by side in the same neighborhood with my former partner before we were partners. He's like, Howard, he said about himself, he said, I'd spend 5 hours making sure that carpet was perfect. And, Howard would be working in the same neighborhood and he had an assistant that worked 5 hours on the carpet. What was Howard doing? I'm finding out where they work, when I could come do an inspection there, consultation there. I'm upselling rugs. I'm upselling furniture. I'm upselling hard surface. I'm selling. And then if I do go outside, if I'm not talking to the customer, I'm outside. What am I doing outside? Anybody goes out to the mailbox, man, hi, I'm Howard. What's your name? Oh, you live next door? To be getting a referral. Next thing you know, I'm gonna be inside measuring. So now we outline the solution. Here's what we're gonna do first. We have a 12-step cleaning process. Here's what happens first. Here's what happens next. And we outline the whole experience. Then we share the investment. Don't share the investment until you've gone through those first 5 steps, because the only thing they have to judge the investment by is what they've experienced in the past. And if you try to explain to them why it's so much or why it's this or why it's that, after the fact, they're not listening. As a matter of fact, because of the fact that they're not listening, when you quote the investment, share the investment, they're not listening. Guess where they're going? They're going to a different part of their mind. They're going to the logical part. Man, I like this guy. I love what I'm hearing. I'm sold emotionally. Now I'm justifying by logic, and they're making their decision to buy. The worst thing you can do is interrupt that. So here's the rule. Once you quote the investment, don't say another word, because it has been said that the first person to speak after the investment has been shared is the one who buys. You buy by getting a no sale, or they buy by from you allowing them to make that decision. Now, let's say that the investment is more than they want to invest. That it's too high, too expensive, or I have to check with my husband, or whatever. Let's talk about how to overcome those objections. First of all, when you get an objection, always, always, always ask a question. Always. Don't try to explain. Don't try to justify. Simply ask a question. And there are 5 questions to ask. Number 1, you're going to review the value or the value or the values in the form of a question. Number 2, you're going to change the scope in the form of a question. Number 3, you're going to potentially offer payment options in a question. Number 4, you're potentially going to offer a free trial offer in the form of a question. And then number 5 is you're going to potentially tell them about your referral reward program in the form of a question. So let's go to number 1. Mrs. Smith, I understand that you feel like that, whatever it is, repeat what they said. They said it's expensive or it's high or whatever. I understand that you feel like it's high. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? Do you want to work with a company that has the values that we have? Reputation, experience, education, systems, guarantee. Yes. Would you be surprised to find out that very few companies actually deliver on those values? Do you understand our guarantee? Number 2, I understand that you feel like it's too high. How about if we, can you tell me what you're willing to invest? Okay, so what if we do just these high traffic areas? What if we do just this part of the project? Change the scope of the project. That'll get you closer to the amount that you're trying to invest. Number three, payment options. Ms. Smith, do you know that we accept all major credit cards? Don't don't make them do the work of trying to figure out how to buy from you. You make it easier for them. Okay. Maybe they didn't know that. Mrs. Smith, how much would you be able to, what if we broke that up into payments? How much would you be able to put down today? Number four, the free trial offer. Let's say you're on the phone with someone and they're like, I don't know. Well, Mrs. Smith, what if I made arrangements to come out there and just show you what we can do so that you can see it for yourself? We'll actually test the area. We get to meet each other, see each other face to face. And I learned this one from one of my clients early on. He said that whenever he would do a consultation, that if someone objected to the price, he would say, are you familiar with our referral reward program? No, I'm not. What does that mean? For every new client that you send us, we'll pay you a 10% referral reward. And once you get 10 referrals, you've gotten all your money back. Oh, I'm the president of the HOA. I know everybody in my neighborhood. I'll get you all kind of business. Now, you don't go work for them on that promise. They pay you. Listen, you put it on a credit card, you're probably not going to have to pay the bill for another 30 to 45 days. And you can rack up referral rewards. Just figure out ways to make it easier for them.